Hello, this is Colin McDowell. We're at the McDSP booth. We're here with Zakk Cervini. He does stuff like Blink-182 and a bunch of other bands that are totally cool. My kids listen to him, but I am almost hip, but not really. Anyway, so I'll tell you what we have new for the show, and then Zakk's going to tell you how to become a famous record producer, mixer, engineer, totally hip guy. Right?
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's exactly right. So first for the show, McDSP, we have the EC300. It's the Echo Collection plugin, magnetic, digital, analog delays, all in one plugin. You got your stereo spread controls, modulation, delay, ducking, and compression, all kinds of stuff, all in one plugin. Everything about delay you didn't have before, but now you know you need. Bam. Okay. Now, why are you really here? You're here to see a seasoned professional talk about how he got his gig, how he does what he does. He might, along the way, plug a McDSP plugin or two. Hot dang. Zakk, take it away.
How's it going? So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Zakk Cervini. I work a lot with a producer named John Feldman, and we do bands like Blink-182, 5 Seconds of Summer, All Time Low. Mostly like stuff in like the pop, rock, metal genre, but I mix everything we do, and I'm primarily a mixer. And I've been using McDSP plugins for years, and my thing with, I am like the opposite of like a gearhead. I just love music. I do not love gear or anything. I don't know. I don't get that excited about like gear or plugins and stuff. I just like things that make what I do fun and are really easy to use, and that's why I love McDSP plugins so much, because like I can open up a McDSP plugin and it just like sounds good and it's like easy to use and it just makes what I do fun. And so yeah, my favorite plugin that you guys have is the FutzBox. Of course, that's my favorite plugin of all time. For those of you who don't know that, I'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so should I show what I'm doing?
Well, how about,
cool.
How did you get started? How did you get this really cool gig that you have?
Oh,
what did you do?
So yeah, so I've been working with, I've been mixing music and stuff for probably like 7 years, and I've been in LA working with Feldman for like 4 years, and I started as an intern years and years ago, like cleaning toilets and stuff, and then did that for 3 months, and then his head guy left, and I just basically didn't sleep for an entire year straight, and just like worked super, super hard for him, and it was funny, because I mix everything we do, and the first mix I ever handed him years ago, he goes, "Who mixed this?" And I was like, "I did," and he's like, "You will never mix anything for me again." And now years ago, here I am, I just mixed the Blink album, and it just got nominated for a Grammy, so that's pretty cool.
Congratulations.
So just keep working and keep doing what you do, pretty much.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I just love making music and doing stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I do.
There you go. Follow that plan, you'll do good. Zakk, you brought a session. Did you want to show us some of your tricks, if you will?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is a song by Blink-182. It's called "She's Out of Her Mind." It's actually #1 on alternative radio right now, which is cool. So yeah, I just wanted to show how I use a couple of your plugins. I'm going to start off with this one because it's the one I use the most. So this is your guys' plugin that's called FutzBox, and this is my favorite plugin of all time. For anyone who hasn't used this plugin, I probably owe like 75% of my career to this plugin. It's like anytime anyone asks me like can I make a sound cooler, or it doesn't sound interesting enough, or it's not dirty enough, or it's not gritty enough, I just pull this thing up and it's cool. Like everyone who comes through, the first thing they say, they're like, "Oh, can you make my guitar sound like it's coming through a cell phone?" And I'm like, as a matter of fact, I pull this thing up and it's just got like, there's just hundreds of cell phones, electronics, telephones, vehicles, like, and all these pictures and stuff, and you can just make it sound like it's coming through like anything you want. And it has all these knobs. You got like the mix knob over here that just shows you how much you can bring it in or not, and the input knob, you can drive the distortion more and you can EQ it more and everything. So this is just an awesome plugin. I'll just like show you like a little bit of what it does. If I hang on.
She's not complicated.
So like without it, it's just like
she's not complicated.
Normal vocal, and then with it,
she's not.
Nope.
She's not complicated.
And you can just like for hours, I literally just will spend all day just going through all these different things here.
She's not complicated. She's not complicated.
And yeah, this is just something that just makes what I do fun. You know what I mean? That's why I love it. And yeah, I used a couple other, I use these plugins all over the place, but let me see what else I got. So here's on my kick drum. So I love this analog channel. It just simulates like some kind of analog gear and stuff, and I just put this on and it just sounds like without it. And then with it, it's just so much more like impactful and everything. And then after that, I just have the channel G EQ, which this is like my finalizer EQ. I use this on like the end of the chain of all my tracks, and I just love it because I love the filter on it. I usually filter like between like 30 to 50 hertz on everything I do, just because like in the car you get that low end rumble and everything. And yeah, I just use this as like a finalizer EQ on like all my tracks. Like after I have a sound the way I want, I'll just use this to just do that final bit of like sculpting, like you can hear the difference before and after here. So before, it's pretty bland, and then with it, just way more like scooped and punchy and everything. And yeah, I use that plugin all over the place. Like I have it on my bass here, just getting rid of some nasty frequencies and some nasty low end. Not too drastic on this one, but when you turn it up loud, you can really hear it. And then the other plugin that is like absolutely crucial to everything that I do is the gate that you guys make. It's my favorite gate of anything that I ever use. And I use this on my snare drum all the time. And so what's really cool, so without it, it's like, let me see. You get all the bleed and everything, obviously. With it, you get none of the bleed. But I automate the gate for anytime there's snare fills and stuff. I just turn it off like that, and I just find this gate to be like the easiest gate to do that with, and like it doesn't cause like weird clicks and pops or anything. It just like sounds very smooth and natural. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
That sounds pretty good. Give it up for Zakk. Now, while you have an expert here, this guy, not me, do you have any questions about, I don't know, music production or other? He went over a couple of really big tips there. You know, FutzBox to bring out tracks, managing your low end, gating the snare, but then ungating the snare. I'm stealing that, by the way. Ungating the snare so that, you know, fill sounds cool, then you go back and take it back. But any questions for Zakk?
Multi-band compression. So I'll use that oh, it's funny actually. So my other engineer Matt over here, we work together, and so we were working with this band, with a metal band last week, and the singer was very, very harsh sounding, and so I pulled up your guys' multi-band actually on his vocal to get, this isn't something that I normally do, but his vocal just had a really harsh mid-range. I just pulled up your multi-band, and between like the 1 to 4K range, I just put that band on, and like so that it would duck down a little bit when he was like really like screaming out, and it just like smoothed his vocal right out. So that's like an example of where I would use that.
Cool. All right. Any other questions?
Anybody else?
Tristan, are you sure? Are you sure you're sure? Are you sure you're sure you're sure?
Thanks. My process for mixing the drums? Well, first of all, I mean, you got Travis Barker, who's like an amazing drummer. He's got this awesome drum tech named Daniel Jensen, who makes all his drums sound amazing. And then, so we record them all through Neve preamps and like driving them like really hard, and that makes it sound like super aggressive. I definitely do like a lot of EQ to the drums, like a lot of scooping out mid-range and like cranking, like scooping out lower mid-range and cranking up higher mid-range. And then I run them through parallel compression, which is, yeah, definitely like crucial. It brings out the impact of the drums, but also the decay and the sustain of the drums. So yeah, that's something that I would definitely try. And then I layer like a little bit of samples underneath them, just like to make it sound like modern and punchy and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. A lot of EQ, a lot of parallel compression, and a really good drummer. So yeah.
That must be why my drums sound so bad, because I didn't have that drummer. I'll get his name. Does he do like, Northern California work, maybe? Probably not. Probably not. It's okay. It's a joke. That's the joke. I just write code for a living, I swear. Okay. Any other questions for Zakk? Should we? Oh, we got one.
How do you approach mixing? Do you use solo tracks or do you listen to it as a whole?
I definitely listen to the song as a whole. I listen to the drums as a whole and get the drum mix slamming, and then I just add in everything else as quickly as I possibly can to make sure that it sounds decent. And then I just start I just try to make the song sound like a song as quickly as I possibly can, and then I just pick at it for hours and hours and hours, and just it's kind of like, it's like washing a car, kind of like there's all these little like things that you just gotta like you get the whole car clean and then you go and detail it. That's kind of what my approach for mixing a song.
That's pretty good. All right. That's pretty good. Okay, well, should we give away some plugins? Yes. Make sure you have a ticket from Matt. That Matt, not that Matt. Sorry, Matt and Matt. Okay, and then Zakk's here gonna do a drawing. One more time, let's give it up for Zakk, please.